Welcome to the Survivor to Thriver show with your happiness expert, Samia Bano. Do you feel stuck, silent, and stressed? Is something hurting your heart and soul? Are you burning yourself out? If so, you are in the right place because this is the podcast people from all over the world join in to learn exactly how to stop suffering and start living with inner peace and joy. Let's get started. Hey, welcome back to the Survivor to Thriver show. We've been talking about how we can manage our fears. When we have fears and we need to act in spite of our fears, in the face of our fears. And one of the most important things that we need to help us do that is to have an effective support team around us. So we are considering qualities that we need to have in a support person who can be an effective support person for us. And I'm sharing with you the qualities that I look for in my support people. The number one quality that I look for is, are they heart-centered? Right? And I was sharing with you that people who are heart-centered are people who are aware of their values, people who live in alignment with their values, people who are connected to their source of inner wisdom. And by the way, our hearts, our spiritual hearts, are our source of inner wisdom. So when you're heart-centered, see, it's like you're connected to your source of inner wisdom and you're living that. You're committed to living that, that wisdom of your heart, right? Now, there are actually a lot of other great qualities that I look for in people who are part of my support team or who are going to become a part of my support team. And actually, many of these other qualities that I have on my list are also very natural extensions of living a heart-centered life. So, for example, one of the other qualities that are very, very important for me, and that is a natural extension of living a heart-centered life, is having a collaborative mindset. And a mindset that looks for win-win solutions to any problems. Why? Because I believe in the golden rule. It's actually a value that I have. It's a very, very strong value that I have. It's actually one of my top most values. So live by the golden rule. That is, treat others the way you want to be treated. Love for others what you love for yourself. So when I have a problem and I'm looking for solutions, I want solutions that will not only benefit me, but also benefit all the other parties who are involved. Anyone who may be impacted by my decisions, by my actions, I want them to benefit as well from my actions. And this is a mindset. And this is a value, and you have to be committed to this value in order to realize it in your life. Because the win-win solutions, there are always win-win solutions. There are always win-win solutions to any problem. However, the win-win solutions are not always the most obvious solutions. They're not always the easiest solutions to implement either. Not because there's anything wrong with the solution in itself, but because a lot of times if you're going to be able to collaborate with someone, if you're going to be able to pursue a win-win solution, you need to build relationships with other people, relationships of trust and integrity and honesty, right? If you cannot trust the other person, if you cannot trust me to act in your best interest as well as my own, if you can't trust me to have your good as well as my own at heart, then why in the world would you implement or even want to implement a collaborative win-win solution, right? So in order for us to implement collaborative win-win solutions where we need to be able to work together, and to be able to work together we need to have a certain amount of trust, we need to have a certain amount of integrity and commitment to this value, right? And so that can take effort and time to build and maintain. And not everyone's willing to put forth that time and effort. So this has to be a value for you if you're going to make it happen in your life. Now, the other challenge with implementing win-win solutions, or even finding someone who has this as a value, is that we are living in a culture, certainly in America, there are other parts of the world, other cultures where this may not be so much the case, but certainly in an American context, thinking collaboratively, thinking win-win solutions is not the norm. Quite the contrary. See, we are programmed to have a competitive mindset. We are taught in many, many ways that in order for us to get ahead, someone else has to be left behind. For me to come first, someone has to come second and third and fourth and fifth. And I must not care about those other people who are going to get left behind. I have to stay focused on getting ahead myself. And also, another form that this kind of competitive mindset takes on is, this it develops in us a tendency to want to reach our goals no matter what, right? So for example, now that I'm an entrepreneur, I'll give you this example, that because now I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business person, and here I am, I'm someone, I am heart-centered myself, I have this value of collaboration, I have this value of seeking win-win solutions and so forth myself. And what I find in the business world is that the vast majority of people and the culture as a whole in the business world is one where people are very narrowly focused on making profits at any cost. If not at any cost, certainly at costs where that are not acceptable to me. So people are willing to make profits, go after profits at the cost of our environment, for example, without care for how much pollution, how much destruction we are causing to our environment. People are doing business and going after profits. People are going after profits and doing business at the cost of the wellness of other people. Right? I mean, we have big companies, big corporations that we know about, we keep hearing about in the news, that are not even paying a living wage to their workers. So their workers are, there are so many Americans, hardworking people, working full-time, sometimes working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and they're still not able to make enough money to have a sense of security in their lives. They're living paycheck to paycheck, constantly afraid of losing the job, of going bankrupt if they have any unexpected expenses, because they have no job security, they're not making living wages. And so these companies are making lots of profit, right? But doing it at the expense of their people. How is that a win-win solution? It's not, right? And it's not that it's impossible to have win-win solutions. It's not impossible to have a business and provide a service that allows you to make money, have a healthy growth for your company, and be environmentally friendly, and be socially responsible. It's not impossible, right? Because there are other businesses out there, including my business, I'm happy to say, where we are showing through our actions every day, we're proving through the results that we are generating in our businesses every day that it is entirely possible for us to be a healthy business that's generating profit and at the same time be environmentally friendly, and at the same time be people friendly, be planet friendly. It is possible, but it has to be of value. It's not a value that everyone has. So if you want this value, if you want to realize this ideal in your life, you have to seek it out. So think about that. And if this is something you find yourself struggling with, please do not struggle with it on your own. Reach out for help and support. And you know that I'm one person you can reach out to. Just go to my website at www.academyofthriving.com. Click on the Contact Us page and you'll see how we can connect. So until we connect next time, I wish you lots of peace and joy.